Welcome to the second episode of Captain's Run, a weekly showcase of schoolboy rugby highlights. This week on Captain's Run we look at the highlights from the Wynberg Boys High School Festival, which took place in the Cape. Some of the games and highlights featured this week are Rondebosch Boys High School, who played against St John's College and Walvis Bay; Tygerberg High School, who played against Windhoek High School and St David's; SACS, who played against St David's and St Andrews of Grahamstown; Bishops versus Hugenote and Wynberg Boys High School, the hosts, who played against Hugenote and ended the festival against St John's College. We begin our festival highlights with Rondebosch. The beauty of these rugby festivals is that it gives some schools the opportunity to play against opposition that they would not normally find themselves up against. In this case, Rondebosch Boys High School from Cape Town played against two schools from upcountry, Walvis Bay from Namibia and St John's College of Johannesburg. Standout players for Rondebosch were centre Clyde March, who had a good tournament, scoring 4 tries, 2 per game, and flanker Zane Davids, who unfortunately got injured in the last game, but showed he is a player to watch for the future. Rondebosch won comfortably against Walvis Bay 29-3, scoring 4 unanswered tries. Their match against St John's was a more exciting spectacle, with Rondebosch only just managing to score in the dying stages of the game to win the match. Rondebosch played in their primary colours of blue, and St John's, who have a similar jersey, are wearing the white for this game. An even contest. Rondebosch scrummed well, but lineouts let them down. Rondebosch number 13, Clyde March, scoring 2 tries for his team. The St John's number 8 captain did well for his team and gave good gain line advantage and momentum, but in the end a game that could have gone either way resulted in Rondebosch sneaking home in the dying minutes. Full-time score, Rondebosch 24, St John's 21. Tygerberg are having a great season and are currently rated as one of the top 20 schools by a number of rugby websites. Tygerberg won 2 out of 2 games at the festival by big margins. Tygerberg beat Windhoek High School by 50 points to 12. Tygerberg beat St David's from Johannesburg 58 points to 5. Let's have a look at some of the action. A move off the scrum and the 8th man passes to the scrum half, who scores. Try. Tygerberg 10, St David's 0. A set backline move by St David's in Tygerberg's red zone results in a good try by the replacement number 21 for St David's. A good line out and the centre kicks for the other backs to chase. The right winger collects and feeds inside to the number 23, who gasses round the defenders. Try. Tygerberg 20, St David's 5. From the kick-off, Tygerberg set it up and feed their line. The big number 13 takes a flat ball and cuts the line at pace. He looks for support and feeds inside to number 18. With a swarm of St David's defenders around him, he has no other option than to do a deliberate kick off the side of his boot, which the number 14 gathers and scores. Great try. Creative backline play and the scrum half loops around, feeds his number 14 wing with a slick back pass, who in turn feeds inside to the number 12, who scores under the posts. A turnover by St David's results in the number 11 winger sprinting to the line to score the final points in this 50-point game. A comprehensive victory for Tygerberg. We interviewed their captain, Juan Esterhuizen.
Hallo, ik is Juan Esterhuizen en ik speel voor Tygerberg Hoërskool. Ik is de kaptein en ik speel nummer 5 school. Die jaar was nogal staf. Ons het groot games gehad soos Noordkaap en ons het hulle gewen nadat hulle teen Bosa gedra het. Volgende week speel ons so Strand. Hulle is baie goeie span die jaar, so ons sal goed die week moet voorberei en na die fine details moet kyk. En ek behoor hulle sal dit deed, boetjies behoort dit deed te dek. Ja, daai Pelgrim is definitief die grootste in die jaar. En ons sal definitief moet opstep en ons kop in die game moet kry van daai maandag af van eerste oefening, maar ek weet vir 'n feit ons kan dit deurtrek.
SACS can be satisfied with their Wynberg festival results. A win against St David's from Gauteng and a loss against a well-polished St Andrews of Grahamstown was the outcome of their 2 matches. Against St Andrews, it was a high-paced first half with lots of advantage being played by world-famous referee Jonathan Kaplan. St Andrews were firmly in control for most of the contest, but some exciting tries and some good fighting spirit from SACS made for a good rugby spectacle. Final score, SACS 24, St Andrews 45. The game against St David's was an evenly weighted affair with no real first half highlights. The score 0-0 going into the midway break. Things only began to heat up towards the end of the second half when SACS were forced to come from behind to secure a spirited win. Their try on the stroke of full time pushed the final score to 19-7. Bishops and St Andrews only played 1 game at the festival due to their Monday fixture against each other. One has to feel for Hugenote, who played back-to-back games against Wynberg, and Bishops, who are potentially the 2 top Cape sides. Bishops ran in 85 points against this Wellington outfit. Let's take a look at some of the more entertaining bits of rugby that emerged from this game. Final score, Bishops 85, Hugenote 0. Wynberg are currently positioned in the top 10 of the school rankings and are yet to be beaten this season. They won both of their games convincingly and can be proud of hosting an entertaining and successful festival on 2 beautifully sunny Cape Town days. The first game against Hugenote, final score Wynberg 51, Hugenote 5. Wynberg's second game against St John's, they won 42-16. St John's played in their traditional blue jerseys. It was always going to be a tough one for St John's, playing the tournament host Wynberg on their own ground in the final match of the festival. But they can be proud that they were competitive, and in fact only trailed by 5 points for part of the second half. However, once Wynberg found their straps, they scored 3 tries towards the end of the game and ran out convincing winners. Final score, Wynberg 42, St John's 16. A rampant Bishops were clinical in shutting out St Andrews in what was pipped to be a close encounter of this historical rugby fixture. We interviewed both captains.
Hello, my name's Gerard Pieterse and I'm the Bishops first team captain for 2014. Yeah, I mean it's one of the oldest schoolboy rugby games in South Africa as far as I know, so it's always quite a special one.
My name's Robert Ball, I play inside centre and I'm captain for St Andrews College in Grahamstown. Annual fixture against Bishops on Monday, it's always a big one coming at Cape Town, or if they come through to us, big rivalry, yeah.
Bishops ran in 7 tries to the visitors 2. Great move, and fullback captain Gerard Pieterse joins the line. He scores in the right corner. Try. The forwards laid a solid platform for the backs, who showed the signature flair Bishops is known for. Great step work and interplay by the Bishops centre pairing result in a phenomenal try. Bishops 15, St Andrews 8. Bishops continue their dominance and end the game in flying fashion with another 2 tries. Bishops backs doing their thing once again. Great try by the centre. Scrum set piece and the St Andrews number 13, Tom Lane, finds a gap and scores a consolation try. Final score, Bishops 39, St Andrews 15. Some scintillating action this week. Here are our selections from Captain's Run Try of the Week. Exciting weekend of rugby is coming up. Here are some of the games we will be showcasing in next week's edition of Captain's Run. Wynberg versus Pile Boys High is Captain's Run's pick of the games being played over the weekend. Thank you for watching Captain's Run.